What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? So, after thinking about it for a while and looking through the patch notes and everything, I'm thinking I want to start Void Knight in this upcoming season. Of course, we all know I'm a spinny boy, deep and rooted in my heart and soul. So, I've got a little bit of a fantasy of Warpath with devouring orbs for this upcoming season. I'm not going to be able to simulate the devouring orbs because that change is not coming until season 2. But going to at least try to simulate the fresh start experience here. Let's just go ahead and get it going. We're going to create a new character in this current season or current cycle. This is going to be the Void test. And we're going to go solo character found. That way we can kind of simulate that fresh start. Let's do it. At some point, I want to work on speed. Right now, I'm just trying to get the hang of just the feel. But at some point, I definitely want to work on getting through things faster. Let me make sure I don't have a loot filter. I like to start with no filter on so I can see everything.
Peaceful. I must warn them before Raya scorches this place to ash.
And we'll get our buttons changed around here as we go. Get that off of there. Don't need that for now.
He wishes to destroy us and steal Atera's legacy.
See, anyway, the focus right now is just kind of getting a feel for the run and not necessarily the speed of the run. But at some point, I am going to want to practice getting through this quicker. Of course, I choose the level as Warpath just because I enjoy the playstyle more, which is not the fastest way to get through all this starter stuff on the VK. I don't believe anyway. All right, and there it is. Going through Warpath there. Add a rule near bottom that is show all from level 10 to 15. Oh, that's a good idea. I need to make, right now, the loot filter I've been using is just a mess. Because I've taken one loot filter and turned it into a all Sentinels loot filter. So I got Pally stuff, VK stuff, Forge Guard stuff. I've got it all mixed in. I need to go through and redo all that. In fact, I may do a video going through it. I think I'm going to try to get a video done too with all of the potential starters that I've been thinking about, or not necessarily just starters, but all the potential initial characters, including alts. Because I am definitely on board with that mage thing. In fact, I debated on, like, my thought right this second is start Void Knight, and then the second that amulet drops, switching over and doing mage. I don't want to start as a mage, because I'm not going to enjoy most of the other caster-type playstyles as much as I do the Sentinel stuff. So I'm going to base it off of the drops I get.
When you arrived,
Let me watch you fight. What up, Mr. Bambi? How you doing today? See, do we want to start with the flat damage? Or just go into strength? Let's start off with going into strength. Get a little resist and some strength going here. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day for me. You guys, a lot of y'all know I'm a big UFC fan. There's some really good fights tonight. So I get a little Last Epoch test run in. I think the wife is making eggs Benedict for dinner, which, you know, I'm just real excited about. I just love eggs Benedict. And then got some UFC fights tonight to watch. So I got hopefully a super fun-filled day. What do we got? Our first two-hander. We will take it.
Stand down or die. So much destruction.
Yeah, man, I tell you, I don't know. You get that one meal. I don't know if it's the holiday sauce. I always throw hot sauce on it too, which is probably criminal if you look at it in the eyes of a true food connoisseur. But you know, you get that one meal that it's just something where you could just eat it all the time and never get sick of it. Eggs Benedict is one of those meals for me. I just absolutely love it. All right, let's not waste any time here and get right to warpathing. Get that mana cost down, and we got us some lunge. We'll take the lunge. I do want to keep the hammer throw on the bar for the moment. Yeah, I don't know, the hollandaise sauce combined with a little splash of some hot sauce. Thanks there, Mr. Mamby. Well, enjoy the lurkage. Appreciate you hanging out. Anyway, a little splash of hot sauce with the hollandaise sauce in the mix, and that is just, to me, absolutely incredible stuff. Just beyond delish. Better be careful here. I'm going to end up getting wrecked. Ruby Amulet of Life, just in time. Get a little bit of that life going. That's a small upgrade, but it's an upgrade nonetheless. 3 more flat damage.
Sounds like they're keep agreements. Now, speaking of, I must head there now. Feel free to look around.
Grail was just one there. Both, not you. Even could you? They should do this, and our alliance is secure.
The alliance is secure. And I'm not going to go with volatile reversal. I don't think I'm going to be using it. I'm not sure yet. But right now, I don't think I'm going to be using volatile reversal. So I'm not going to take that at all through this leveling here. Stupid little teleporting Betty. I gotta change that with Nightbot. Those are all individual timers, yet they trigger, and they're set at different times too. But they all trigger at the same time every time, and it looks like chat spam. I need to get that squared away. Great mace. My gosh, that's a great mace. One more flat damage, whatever. Little strength, we'll take it. Get a little more channel time going here with our channel cost reduction. Why y'all gotta always spread out like that? Band all together and let me slap y'all at the same time. It's the right thing to do. Pyromancer's Jade Ring and a shield that we will never use. There's a sword, though. Yep, I think we'll be taking that bad boy. Get up on the boss before that pylon's completely gone. Very nice. Good timing on the pylon. Timing is everything. Get wrecked, bads. More pylons, please.
I cannot do that.
Intelligence, yeah, whatever. Sunrise emblem, yeah, okay. We'll take it, we'll take it.
I cannot do that.
And we got our warpath point in. That eliminates my need to use a generator at all. Tough call on that one. I think I'll leave it. So do you know, or after looking at the patch notes, are you set on who you want your starter to be yet, SciTech? I'm actually probably going to only use these two abilities for a super long time.
Cannot do that.
Going all in on Witchfire. I mean, when one of the devs directly tell you, if you want to play that kind of play style, you might want to start Warlock and look at Witchfire. I mean, just that alone kind of tells you that might be what you want to do, you know? One thing for certain is I am just always going to be dedicated to the spin. I just love it. Call me a lazy old man gamer or whatever, but since I think Diablo 2, I fell in love with spin to win builds. I got to go at least 1 point. Or no, we're not there yet. Derp. I'm already thinking the Void Knight tree. I think we'll get into, we got the damage. Both of these are incredibly good nodes, but at some point I want to get some flat damage going too. I was pretty stoked that Last Epoch Tools was able to get the build planner updated so quickly. I mean, obviously, EHG gave him some info, right? God, the dots feel so huge early. I think I'll stick with my sword for now. I got mixed emotions. You can skip this guy. Let's look at the XP, though. We're about 2 bars away from leveling. How much XP do you miss if you skip this event, though? Doesn't look like a tremendous amount, really. Chance to slow. I think we'll still stick with the two-hander. We'll go with the mana over the int. Yeah, it's a pretty trivial amount of experience that you get for keeping that. I mean, on the same note, you're only saving yourself, what, 60 seconds or whatever? I'm not sweating things, you know, I'm not sweating the time enough, I don't think, to worry about 60 seconds. I mean, as a cycle starter, it might be worth doing it just for the potential of a drop from the, the elite mob at the end.
I can not do that.
One thing I'm terrible about is hanging out to kill one mob. That's one of the nice things about the Ignite builds is you dot the mob up, you can just keep running and it dies off. But I definitely need to work on that. When you look at it overall, I mean, it's actually a pretty large amount of time difference when you take going all the way through or as far as you're going to go in the campaign or whatever. I'm going to try another Act 5 swap to Monoliths again on this one and see how it feels. Couple of coffee sips there. We'll let dude take his bird ride here in a minute.
I'm sure you have questions, but let me first check and make sure the Epoch's safe.
Take you a bird ride there, brother.
No.
Terra's blessing. Prayers be with you.
Everything okay? What? That and what happened? We had Are you'll stay safe, stay alive, and bring Balthus back.
Oh, we bringing him back. We are definitely bringing him back. Got our first box of hotness over there. Hopefully, see if we get the game breaking twink loot. What do we got? A jade amulet, fizz damage, attack speed, lightning and fire, and we got yeah, I think we'll go with the jade. I like it. What's in the box of hotness? The humming bee. I don't want to be using a one-hander. I'm not going to be doing elemental attacks. The movement speed sure is nice, though. God, as much as I hate to do it, I think I'm going to banish that one. All right, Mr. Lizard here is gonna hook me up with the fat loots. Give it over, Mr. Lizard. All right, what do we got? We'll take a belt. There's the two-hander I'm looking for. We got a helmet, which we don't have a helmet at all right now, so we'll take that. There's a strength vitality chest. We'll take that too. Thank you so much for following there, Kubla Khan. Appreciate it. Melee attack speed and strength. Good lord, what is going on here? The loot is flowing, y'all. Got all our slots full now.
Stand down or die.
Part of me feels like I should go ahead and turn that filter on now. I definitely need to change that, though.
I cannot do
Being like these guys, I did not need to go back and kill those, but I just want them to die. Is that wrong? And then we can throw lunge in right here. Thanks for standing nice and close to each other there, bud. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think we go ahead and turn it on now. I definitely need to get that set properly. Like I said, I need to go through and get a loot filter ready to go for the start. I'm going to focus on trying to continue to move forward. I mean, I'm about to leave the zone, so I guess I can kill the pack there. Yeah, the benefit you get from Whirlwind is doing constant damage while moving. But if you don't keep moving, you're not reaping the rewards, you know? What up, Cake? How you doing, man? How's things in Cakeville? Just chilling? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Thanks for following there, Volts. Appreciate you. Welcome, welcome. He's shooting y'all shit at me, dude. Bastard Sword of Glory. 35 flat versus 38. I got attack speed on mine. Chill and slow, but that health on kill is pretty nice. Slightly a faster attack speed too. Go with the sword. Probably not, but I'm not positive. One thing with me, Volts, is I'm way too chill to succeed in a hardcore race. I'm more focused on just the pure enjoyment of the fresh season start. Not so much trying to speed run all sweaty on hardcore mode. You know, no offense to people that want to play that way. It's just not necessarily how I want to play. I think that one... I mean, there's so many cool things coming in this update to play with. I think there's going to be more overall enjoyment, for me anyway, just from playing with all the new toys, you know? There's just lots of new fun stuff. All right, let's start getting this flat and going out to our echoes.
You're here for the Epoch. Reaching me was impressive, but it's mine. Co-member win.
That and the other thing is the characters I really enjoy playing are not the fast ones. I mean, I like going fast, but I really enjoy channel while moving builds. So, like, Warpath, definitely anxious to do a mage with that new amulet. Like, I'm assuming most of the speedrunners will be starting Rogue. Just a guess, of course, but... There's something to be said, particularly with the Blade Dancer, just how crazy fast it is to go through the early content. And the stuff just hits so hard, you know? I mean, at this stage, you see, like, my crits are popping off for, like, 80. On a Blade Dancer, it wouldn't be unusual to see, like, numbers in the hundreds already, you know? Maybe not already, but very soon, for sure.
No, get me out of here.
We got you, bro.
The Epoch, the power. If Raya more than that rich. Speaking of.
I may start hardcore, but I'm not going to be focused on the racing.
Since he returned.
It's fun to start hardcore just to see how far you can make it before you die, especially considering that you don't lose anything. If you don't mind going over to softcore, you're not out anything, you know, for starting hardcore. So I might start hardcore for that reason. Man, I got that turned in just in time. Holy crap. One of the things I saw in the patch notes made me think about this zone, where you got these little guys that pop out of the ground. And these guys here, we're not going to be able to do damage to them prior to them fully exposing themselves now. Where you can kind of have them half dead if you're paying attention by the time they're even out of the ground.
And who are you?
A little bleed might be nice right now. Or ignite or something like that. I normally don't go this way. I usually take the other road. All right. Do we want to go there? Or do we want to go into the flat damage? Mixed emotions here.
Terra watch over you. Gods. Yes.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Minimus, run, you stupid one. Leave me.
Gods be with you.
Get out of here.
I cannot do that.
Farewell.
Farewell to you too, dude.
I cannot do that.
At some point, I need to try just running through everything and never stopping moving and never going back. And see if it makes enough of a difference on the total runtime. I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 more practice runs. Before the update hits.
What brings you here?
Terra's grace be with you.
Like, that guy is so low. you got to go back and slap them. You know? Once I get the echoes going, of course. There we go. There's a bleeder. See. Oh, it's not a bleeder. It's a chill. Man, such mixed emotions on that. Six less flat damage. Let me see if I got any shards yet. I actually do. The bleed is just so much nice quality of life. Well, there's, is that going to be, Cytek's Scepter? Of course it is. I'll leave it on the ground just to trigger him. I should have threw my points in before I started this guy. Burn him a little quicker. Go for the flat. Yep. We had another lunge point too. Why is it that I always get your scepter, Cytek? Why is that? I mean, I'm glad because it gives me an opportunity to troll you and throw it on the ground, you know? But
What? Go on then.
but like I'm nearly guaranteed to get your scepter.
You are now alive. We at least the gods have long left this world.
What do we got? Chance to poison, crit strike. That crit ain't gonna do much for me.
Traveler.
We'll go with the chance to poison. I think that will do more for me at this stage. Get a poison and a bleed going now, hopefully. That'll help me get through some of the mobs I'm running past. did we just get there? Anything hot? Health converted to ward, shield throw, sigils, shred armor with fire skills. Oh man, I'm getting the pally loot. Here's a bleed. I mean, it's only 6%, but then we got another goodie box. What's in the goodie box? Wow. Forge guard for the win, huh? Vengeance. Oof. I hate banishing all this stuff and not taking the loot, but I just don't feel like, you know, why would you bother if it's just not something you're going to use? Oh, we got a whirlwind on top of our whirlwind. Or warpath, I guess I should say. I gotta quit calling it whirlwind. We got a much harder hitting whirlwind to use with our whirlwind.
Or die.
Get wrecked. All right. One more point there. One more there. Let's just go right for the echo, even though it's such a small chance. Got to start somewhere, right? Come on, y'all. Stand next to each other, would you? Bunch it up, please. Bunch it up. Give me my unusable gloves for this character. God, just such a shame leaving those on the ground, but I don't want them.
Panium still life, please. Stop him.
gods be with you. Stay safe.
Nowhere where we can sneak something else in yet. Gonna be so, I mean, it's such a small thing, but it's gonna be so nice not having to hit that button to transfer all those shards of the forge. Such a small addition that's gonna have such a great effect, you know? We got green laser beams. Better come grab this one too, huh? The green laser beam of doom. With full hammer glory. What's up, Mr. Demon Snake guy? What's up, Mexitron? How you doing, man? Definitely not breaking any records, but making okay-ish time here. Dealing with health issues. It sucks, man. I have a few of those going myself. For me, it's just a matter of getting old, I think.
Where are you going? Gods.
Gotta buy some pots?
Do not do that.
The last Void Knight test I did the Act 7 skip to Monolith strat. And that was super, super smooth. I'm very curious to see how this one is going to feel. Jumping into Monoliths and fighting mobs 30 levels heavier or whatever. I feel like I should go get that guy just for the idols, but God, he's running the wrong way, man. Screw it. I'm going for him. Run the other way, you stupid lizard. Why do they always go the wrong way? All right, what do we got over here? Healing effectiveness and physical damage. Fire. God dang it, man. Getting all the good pally stuff. That one was physical damage. Getting all the fire pally goodies. Oh shit, did I already come down and get that? God dang. Backtracking. Oof. Don't breathe your fire at me, bro. Ooh, whoa, whoa. I always feel obligated to kill that guy, although I'm pretty sure you can just run past it.
Terra's grace be with you. Take care of yourself.
Can't wait to craft our own sets. Yeah, there's a void penetration one that I'm gonna go for on this guy, I think. Wow, man, I could really use a potion. Here's one. Thanks, game. Yeah, gonna do the Act 5 skip on this run. I just want to see how it feels. The good part about at least trying that is if you go to the monoliths and it doesn't feel good, just go back and go to Act 7. You know, you're only out a few minutes to try it.
Stay back.
Let's save that point. This guy is where you really notice a difference between starting Warpath Sentinel versus a Blade Dancer. Like, the Blade Dancer just blasts this guy like he's nothing, you know? In Warpath, I'm like slowly chonking away on him. Yeah, for sure. Come on, dude. Go back to the center. You don't wanna. See if we can, oh, there he goes. I haven't spent them all yet. I've spent all of Cytek's RNG tokens, though, Aramir. I'm getting all his loot. And it's funny, if I decide that I'm playing a Fire Pally on that test run, I get all of the Void Knight gear. And if I'm playing Void Knight, I get all of the Fire Pally gear.
His mind as well.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. Well, I do get it. RNG knows and is always out to get you, right? That damn RNG guy.
You seem a little this is what it don't most he might be kind enough to stay safe.
Damn RNG guy is always being a butthead, you know?
You've woken. Then close your eyes and focus on the potential.
Yes, please. Would love to be a Void Knight. Why, thank you.
I see that you are still you. That strength will be.
And we'll go right for the Void Knight tree and start pumping flat.
Have any.
Or we got to get 1 point in here anyway, right? Or we will need 1 point in here. So let me go ahead and put a point in there, because I know I'll need one in the update to get to World Eater. And then we'll go with the flat. As soon as I start having survivability issues, I'll go into health and void. Health, void, and physical resist.
Why you thank you. There is an old passage. to the
Forgot about that.
I will dispel the rule that keeps
Swap
it
over to
secret.
void damage.
The temple of Eterra is far to the east.
Gods be with you. Stay safe.
Greetings. Do not dwell on the regret. May Eterra smile upon you. Farewell.
This little segment of the quest line, I think I go back to town too much. I'm not sure what the right combo is as far as when to go back to town, but I feel like I go back to town a little too much in this next segment. Oh, there's an echo. The echo chance right now is so low. Oh, we echoing though. We echoing. Never when I want it to, though. A little echo in the middle of that pack would have been glorious.
Down or die.
Oh, shit. A Quicksilver ring? Really? Okay. We'll run faster. You insist. That is so huge.
Stand down or die.
Gotta love it when RNG is your friend. That will never drop for me on cycle start. You know there's no chance I'll be getting a Quicksilver ring out of the gates on cycle start. But I'll take it for now. We're about an hour in right now. Hour and 13 minutes of stream, but I had the countdown timer going for about 6 minutes, and then I chatted for a few minutes before starting. So at about the hour mark currently. So making semi-decent time. 6,000 players in Last Epoch right now. It's only going to go up, man. Only going to go up. They're going to be in the hundreds of thousands. Calamity. Another pally, a piece that would be good for the pally. Wrong way. Stun avoidance. Damage over time, stun chance. We'll take that one. I don't know. What do you guys think it's going to hit next week on Update Day? I've heard people say 500. They thought it was going to get to 500,000, which I think that might be a little optimistic. But I think 200,000 is pretty real. Which is enormous for, I mean, Last Epoch at this point, I mean, it's definitely still an indie game. It's just they're having enough success where they're getting a little larger and a little larger. I mean, how many employees do you have to have before it's no longer considered an indie, you know? The chopper. 65% chance to bleed, melee damage leached on health. I mean, I think that one is a keeper. I got nothing I can apply, but that's all right. I will have something to apply. Running back for intelligence cold resist shards. That's just criminal. Come on, Echoes, where you at? I always get eat up a little bit here with these all this void shit on the ground. Makes me wonder if I should just start going into that void resist right away.
I cannot do that.
Or I could quit standing in the void shit on the ground. That'd be a crazy idea, huh? Crazy idea. Yeah, this is what I was referring to. Plus health and void resist. Let's go into this frailty. That will help for survivability a little.
Greetings. Farewell. Who are you? Go on.
Where are the things not popping up?
Stand down or die.
Aren't I supposed to be just killing the void slammy guys in here? Or am I thinking of a different zone? Guess I might as well check the box. Maybe I screwed up, didn't pick up the quest. I've got it. It says destroy the void horrors roaming, or now they're popped up. Maybe I just wasn't close enough to one of them yet. Got so much void shit on the ground. Oh, shit. Show, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it a ton. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Take the walk of shame here. God, there was just so much void stuff on the ground right there. Happy Saturday to you as well. I guess I'll clear them a little faster and not let so many bunch up on me. Thanks for following there, Curiosity. Cloud, what up? Hey, man, at least you got to show up in time for the first death. So if I was playing a hardcore run, we'd be back on softcore already. We're only at Act 3. Oof. If only there was an echo on command button. That might be worth a look. Let's go check the box real quick. I'm gonna have to run all over the map now. What's up there, chickadee? Oh, we got a bleeding heart. Little health regen. We'll go for that one. Should have put my point into Warpath first, huh? More smooth moves. You know what? I swear that guy is saying surfing bird there. I mean, it can't be, right? Now I gotta run all the way back up and get that other voidy. There's no way it's saying surfing bird, right? Or is it? I've seen too many Family Guy episodes. All right, I'm not going to take volatile reversal. Let's go with this hit damage per time route, though. In fact, we'll max that before we move elsewhere. Yeah, didn't get the waypoint. God dang it, man. Surfing bird. I swear that's what he's saying. Oh, shit. God dang it, man. I just ran all the way over there to a dead end. Boo. It's not like I haven't done this map 40 times in the last week. Harbingers eat surf and turf confirmed. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's calling out dinner. Yeah, gonna drop the spawn rate of lizards and make them slightly more rewarding. He said on the stream their loot table is already really good, so that the loot buff is very small. And I should have grabbed those health potions. The problem, the tough part is just resisting the temptation to go after those. You know? Alright, I think it's time to start soaking up a little of this leech. Let's get nice and unkillable here. When we can roll through this stuff. Might as well. I normally go counterclockwise around this zone, but with this pylon right here, might as well go clockwise instead. Ooh, we got booties. Movement speed, yeah. Compared to those gray boots we were wearing, we'll take it. Got another box of hotness over here, too. What's in the box? And we're going for that amulet, the leech amulet. Let's see, listen for it. Got a lot of Storm's Rage. Is that it? The surfing bird? Yeah, it'd be a good score for sure. It's a lot of leech. The Void Knight already has that tremendous amount of leech going. So combine that amulet in and it should just be GG's. I'll be soaking it up. Sword of Stillness. That's a nope. Now, did I get anything? Or I looked at that. Oh my god. I don't have a weapon equipped. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. I'm sitting here thinking, geez, man, my damage feels low. Which one do I use? Let's go with this one. That is so awful. about that, though. I would lose the bleed and some flat. You know, I was thinking, it's like, God, man, my damage feels off. Well, that should make a bit of a difference. I went through this whole zone like that. When I opened the forge back when I got that other axe drop, it's been this entire zone without a weapon equipped. And, a second I equipped that weapon, I was thinking to myself, God, man, the numbers seem a little low. Like 25 damage? Well, that should help things out. I'm not going to worry about another specialization yet. I'm just not going to use anything else yet. I mean, I could always throw Shield Rush in. The super derp. Always, always the super derp. Alright, let's see if we're able to run through mobs a little better now. I'm just still going to stick with these two abilities. Yeah, that's a little bit of a difference. Just a little noticeable. Well, how on earth is the first thing not to pop into your head is the Warpath MTX there, Cloud? You know I'm going to have that Warpath MTX day one. That's got to happen. I'm hoping there's more than one, and they only showed one. But, like, Meteors had multiples. What do we got? No and a no. See, here's the part where I feel like I might be going back to town too often.
Farewell.
I think I'm going to start Void Knight. I like the change to Devouring Orbs. For those that didn't see that, this Devouring Orb node here, Abyssal Rust, is being changed and making it so Devouring Orbs spawn anytime you're moving. In my delusional fantasy world, that's just going to pair perfectly with Warpath. So I'm going to be echoing Void Knight Warpath with spinny balls, basically, surrounding me. Because you have to take Dark Moon where the orbs orbit you to get to that. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be an incredibly awesome synergy. My problem right now is I've got 4 builds that I really, really want to start. Ignite is getting a nice buff for Pallies. Let me kill this guy and we'll run through him. Well, part of all that Beastmaster stuff that was shown was kind of based. Aaron is starting as a Beastmaster, so of course he showed all the stuff he's excited about, which is understandable. There was almost no melee stuff shown, you know. But he's not going to be playing melee, so he didn't care. Which, like I said, is very understandable, but... In the Meteor MTXs, you know, obviously there's a lot of dev love there in the Meteors. Oh, anyway, what I was getting at, Warpath has got that Devouring Orb edition, which I think is going to be just incredibly good. My only question to myself is I don't know what I want to take because I'm not going to take Volatile Reversal. That's what would go here right now if I was playing this league. Or this cycle, which, you know, obviously I'm playing this cycle, but trying to simulate my start. I don't think I'm going to take Volatile Reversal. And I mean, it's busted OP, so it's very understandable that it got a major rework like that. But with the rework, I'm not so sure I personally am very interested in it. For my own personal playstyle. I'm still going to take Anomaly. But of course we got to get a bunch more points in. But I'm not sure what I'm going to plug in where Volatile Reversal would be. But anyway, yeah, back to what I was saying. Smite Ignite is getting a buff. That was a key, wasn't it? Or is that a unique? Two-handed mace. The Hammer of Laurent. Man, so tempted to pick that up, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, Smite Pallies are going to be Fire Pallies are going to be getting a buff. You got the Devouring Orbs edition for Warpath for VKs. Forge Guard could low-key be really incredible and just nobody's talking about it. If you looked in the patch notes, it said forged weapons are getting a 60% damage buff. They're already fairly strong. And a 60% damage buff on top of it? Plus, you add in, remember the forged weapons are based off of your equipped weapon. Well, you add in Forge Guards are going to be able to use a two-hander with a shield, so they're still going to be able to get all of those shield benefits, but use a two-hander, which is going to hugely buff their forged weapons, which are also getting a 60% damage buff. Now, the Forge Guard is not my favorite playstyle, although I will say out of these test runs I've done this week, it was the fastest. I've gotten through the Act 5 skip faster on the Forge Guard than anybody else so far.
Stand down or die.
And then the other thing you got is that mana, whatever it's called, Mage Amulet that turns your... I can't remember what the skill is called, but it turns that ability into a channeled ability, which basically makes it a spin-to-win build. Like for Diablo 3 players, picture Tempest Rush, but picture Tempest Rush while shooting out Chain Lightning. And while also having automatic ward generation constantly as long as you're channeling it. But the thing is that build 100% requires the amulet. If you don't have the amulet, you can't play the build. Period. So you got to get the amulet first. Now, it seems like that amulet is going to be pretty easy to get. It's going to be like a general loot table drop, so you'll be able to, you know, gamble for it or target farm it from that particular timeline. So there's 4 builds I really want to play this upcoming cycle, not including the builds we don't know about yet. Because you know there's going to be something incredible that we don't know about yet. You know?
Stand down or die.
So you got that too. All right, and then like here, should I be going back to town? I always go back to town here and turn in, but I'm not sure. I might be wasting a few minutes.
May a tear a smile upon you. May a tear a smile upon you. Farewell.
And now we're teleporting around because we want to get, you know, we got to get back up to here. I guess it's not that much time. Well, the thing with that one is there's another step to it. So it makes me wonder, you know, that's why I've always gone back. But I don't know. I feel like I'm going back to town. Now, it's all teleports. So it's not like you're having to run anywhere. You're just teleporting places. But I don't know what the right answer there is, as far as, like, actual time. Nor am I sweaty enough to care if it's saving 2 minutes, you know? That's the thing with me. I want to get it done fast, but I want to have fun. And if you're constantly sweating, getting your points in while you're moving, swapping your gear while you're moving, everything else, if you're constantly sweating all that stuff, to me, it takes away a little bit of the fun. If you don't care about that minute or two to stop and take a look around, I mean, I know where my points are going already, but, you know, I feel like it's a more enjoyable experience to actually look at stuff. And we know what the nodes are going to be, because the build planner's mostly updated now. You always get that one health potion that drops out of reach on this guy. Drives me nuts. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm all set up for it already. Just need the update to get here and stream to start, which I'll be streaming right as the update drops. All right, and then like here, we got another one to go back to town. Should I be going back to town, or should I just be saving these up? But on the same note, I'm only saving, what, it's a minute or whatever. You know, it's not like I'm hanging out in town. And I'm getting my idle slots. And then we're going right back because we need to get to here. I mean, is it worth... How long was I there? You know? Was it a minute? 30 seconds? Is it worth 30 seconds to get that? I just got to make a decision, you know. I mean, you can save yourself a ton of time just by prioritizing constantly moving forward without really sweating stuff. I mean, it's not like I'm not trying to create a world record speed run, you know? I'm just trying to get through as far as I can and still have an enjoyable experience. Surf and turf. Or surf and bird. Yeah, he was ignoring a lot of stuff, though, that I'm not going to ignore. I saw his speed run. That, and he was playing a Blade Dancer, which, I mean, you just can't compare that to... You know, a Blade Dancer is a zoomer. It's ridiculous how zoomy they are. Shit, man. Please tell me this is going to loop back around. Looks like it is. One of the things too was talking about movement at the edge of zones, and that's a big problem with Warpath. Shit, man, did I just screw up? Yeah, I did. Or no, maybe not. Maybe not. This might go this way. Go up. I remember a lot of stuff about the zones, but I don't have them perfectly memorized for sure. Yeah, I mean, the thing that makes the Blade Dancer so fast, though, is the damage while moving, you know? You don't have to stop moving. And in fact, you're rewarded for using your movement ability. So, you know, you drop a shadow every time you dash or whatever. Can't remember what the ability's called, but it's still going to be a zoomer. There will be a lot more people playing Marksman just because of the Heartseeker. But that's going to be pretty zoomy too, I bet. Warpath is, you know, it's not the fastest way to level a Void Knight. But just for me, it's the most enjoyable. So I prioritize my enjoyment over the speed. I could no doubt shave 30 minutes off by not using Warpath. Feel like that right there, where you have issues while you're channeling near the edge. There was a note about that. It's mainly for Warpath, it seems like it's mainly on ramps. Like anytime you have a ramp or a stair, a lot of times your Warpath you can't keep moving. Like it'll just like get stuck. Which, of course, isn't a huge deal. All you got to do is run down the stair and quit spinning. But I want to spin. I want to spin. Don't be bringing y'all friends over here now. This is a one-on-one fight over here, Mr. Temple Guardian. Earthquake's getting nerfed a little. I tell you what, man, I am super excited about that mage build. If I was more comfortable playing the mage or enjoyed the mage builds more, I would start that for sure. I am very, very excited about that build. It just requires the amulet, you know?
A great battle was lost here. Darkness is all that is left.
People in my Discord server are big calling it Walking Thunder, that build. It may end up, although I'm full-on, admittedly, a Sentinel fanboy, that may end up being the second build I play. Laser beams, laser beams. I will never forget this hallway. The first time I played this game, at this section, I ran around this zone like 5 times looking for how to get to the waypoint. And it's because I've played so many games where you just stare at the minimap. And when you look at the minimap, you can't get through here. Yet, you can get through here. Oh, I went through that so many times. I easily spent an hour there. Yeah, we're coming up on that, where you go to both sides and then they change it. Or then they changed it. I'm going to keep focusing on the flat damage here, since we're so early still. And that frailty as well. I wonder, I always go to the left side. See, here's one of the warpath things. Like, you saw how I kind of went back and forth there on that stair? That's one of the things that was addressed in the patch notes. I always go to the left side, but I'm not sure if the right side might be closer. And I'm always so tempted to go up that way, but I know it's a dead end. Where am I at now? This is a level 22 zone. I'm level 24, so in theory, I'm 2 levels ahead. Now, obviously, the zone levels will bounce around a little bit, depending on what order you do things. 3 levels ahead, make that. Don't you run all the way back down that hall. Damn lizard. And then here, when you're going back, there's so many dead ends up in this area. It's so, I mean, you look at the objective pointer on the minimap, and it so feels like you should take one of those other routes over, but they're almost, as far as I know, they're all dead ends. So you got to just go back the way you came, you know?
die.
Yeah, see, like here, well, here it's just a level 23 zone. Another goodie box. Let's go look in the box. Oops, god dang it. That did not mean to hit that button. God dang it. I meant to hit banish. No, nothing I can do about it now. I was gonna say there's Cytek's scepter again. But I don't want Cytek's scepter. And instead of hitting banish, I hit challenge. Oops. I think one of the benefits you get early with the Void Knight is that the just big flat damage. And prior to getting, you know, a whole lot of modifiers or crit or any crit chance or whatever up, it just, the base damage is pretty good, you know? As far as Warpath goes, anyway.
I believe the seek out the outcast queen, leader of the living rebels.
We'll do it. We'll seek her out. I mean, the right answer may be to take
Stay safe.
Volatile Reversal anyway and just use it as a second movement ability.
See. What do you want?
What, we're at like an hour and 45 minutes time now. That's like the time that Rax completed through to Act 7, skipping a ton of stuff on a Blade Dancer. And I'm in Act 4. But, I mean, if I can get to the Act 5 skip in 3 hours, I'll be pretty stoked about that. I mean, that's fine with me. Figure if that's the case, hopefully by 5 hours, I've got the monolith cleared. To empowered, or at least I'm getting close to it. Or have the monolith cleared enough and found a sanctum key where I can go back and complete the campaign and get the rest of the points. That, and you may not even have to do that now. We're going to have to see, because they added in that other mechanic to pick up points. For the people that skip. So, I mean, that, they didn't give us enough info to know exactly how that will work. You may not have to go back. I mean, you're going to want to complete it at some point, just because, you know, you get the attribute bonus, the +1 at all attributes. One of the things that's super nice through this section on the Pally versus the VK is you're doing all that ignite damage. So all these enemies that you're just barely touching as you run past, they end up dying to the ignite, and you end up getting like a whole nother level out of the deal. That guy is always so suspect, man. You go through all this whole area with mobs not hitting you at all, and then all of a sudden you get this fire laser beam super solar baddie from hell, and it will melt you if you're not paying attention. And I have died here many times to that guy from not paying attention, which almost happened that time. I usually like to get the school knocked out first. Well, we get us a pylon. Free pylon here. Laser beam boom booms. Let me in, bro. I ain't gonna hurt nobody. I promise. What's going on there? A sock? How you doing? I'm wondering if the buff to time rot will be enough where you get that ignite experience where enemies are dying as you run past. That would be awesome. Not sure if it's going to be enough. Trying to theory craft a build, stumped on how to fix resistances. That's fair. All right, and then we can just teleport back. I looked at that too, but I figure, we'll be able to fix the resists off of, it depends. Like, if you don't have a specific amulet that you have to use, or that you have in mind for the build, that's always a big source of resist.
Down or die.
And then one thing that's always been true about Last Epoch is it's always been big on taking survivability type items from your skill tree and then worrying about your gear for damage. So you might have to change a point here or there or whatever to, to get what you want. I'm going to have to do some on-the-fly thinking with resist, too, for what I've been thinking about. One of the problems I'm having right now is shy of getting to very, very end game, like getting Aberoth kills in to get the Aberoth scepter that I'd want to use long-term, is I've got too many uniques in the build. See, there's Devouring Orb. Yeah, blessings and enchanted items. Casser, what's up, man? Well, how could you not want to play this with this update coming, man? It's huge. You know you want to play it, Casser. Just do it. I mean, shit, we're, what? 5 days away now? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, we're 5 days away now. It is getting closer and closer. Twitch will... I got the Twitch moderation thing going on for affiliates. So it will likely block your link. Die already, dude. But yeah, we'll get it there, man. Don't sweat it too much right now. Remember, drops and everything, it's not always going to come out right ideally exactly the way you want it. So, a lot of those decisions you're going to have to, no matter how much you plan, you're going to have to make those decisions on the fly. You're just not going to get the exact setups you want right out of the gates, Right. I think we go into that frailty even more. I want to get going on the heal with that, so I'm healing when I lunge. But you just can't go wrong with a little frailty in the mix. This is the part right here that I'm just wondering about too. You got to take this rift to get passive points and idle slots. But geez, it feels like it takes so long. Come on, I just want to look at the goodie bag. What you got in there for me? Of course, it's another sci-tech item. Why on earth would it be anything but? This rift right here, I've always skipped this one. But since I'm skipping so many of the acts, I want to get as many of the points as I can right out of the gates. But this feels like it takes so long. Like you do, you know, it's right by the waypoint. So you basically get right back to it. You get right back to where you were pretty quick, but it just feels like it takes so long. I don't know. Maybe that's all in my head. Because I'm used to skipping this part for now. Uh-oh. Almost stood in all the splody bombs. Lots of void damage on the ground here, too. I guess it didn't take that long. Not interested in them booties. Paladin Spears would be faster. It's more of a playstyle choice. I don't enjoy the Paladin Spear build, but it would without a doubt be faster. I mean, Warpath is not the fastest just going VK, you know? You can level with, you can level with, Abyssal Echoes and Void Cleave faster than you can with Warpath. But I personally just find Warpath more enjoyable. So it's a playstyle choice, you know? Then we gotta go back to Risen Lake. Oop, wrong time. See, and we left off, this is where we left off, so, I mean, I guess we don't really lose that much. Might want to start going into the strength and health now. So we're at 2 hours right now. And we're, what, partially through Act 4? The main thing is how our monolith's going to feel 30 levels under. Because I should be about 30 levels under when I get there. And some classes feel better than others, you know? The Paladin the Fire Warpath felt fine on the Pally, being 30 levels under. So I'm assuming
Welcome, traveler.
the VK will feel fine as well. But we will find out here shortly.
Welcome, traveler. May Eterra smile upon you.
Man, frailty and bleed? Ooh. I lose some flat damage, though. Quite a bit. I think I'll pass on that one. The echoes, like on those little closed paths like that, are just so incredibly awesome. But it just doesn't happen enough. Doesn't happen enough when you want it to. We got another trip to the goodie box. We got two pylons right here that might help with that too. No, 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 no. Oof. Lots of no's. And I just hate running past these higher end mobs without killing them. All right. Do we want to keep going flat, or do we want to go strength health? Future Strike is nice too. I think let's just keep going flat for leveling. And what about here? We're good here now. We can either get quality of life in with movement speed or start going up to here. I feel like that's the right choice. Bears hit pretty damn hard.
Stand down or die. I cannot do that.
What do we have for a one-hander? I don't think I want to swap to a one-hander. But what is it? Another humming bee. Boo!
Stand down or die. I cannot do that.
No free pylon on this one. Not get caught all up in that area with all these laser beams shooting around. Another possible haste boost here. Shit. This is not the right way, is it? Or no, it looks okay. Or maybe not. Please cut up. Yay! No, we gotta go after that one. Being a unique. Of course, he's gonna run me across the world. Oh, I got lucky. He got stuck. Oh, please be the Sentinel Relic. I'm still using that trash relic from Act 1. Dude does not want to die, huh? Not the right relic. That's a bummer. I didn't realize I was still using a trash ring, too. See what the Weaver gave me. Fire resist? Whatever. We'll take it. Was hoping for movement speed there, of course. I should have went and grabbed that pylon, but didn't want to run out of the way.
Stand down or die.
Stuff like that, it's just so tempting not to go back and kill them all. I mean, it's so much XP, right? But then you get one of these guys that are blasting the ward in your face constantly, and it just takes a while to kill them, you know? That will be nice when that's no longer a thing. I mean, I could be halfway through the next zone right now if I wouldn't have turned around.
Stand down or die.
All right, now let's do another level check. Let's see. Level 30 zone. We're level 30, almost level 31. So we're actually right on pace, even though we're skipping so many mobs. You don't have to kill everything. It's just, it's pretty tempting to, you know? For the loots. Not going after you, dude. I'll grab that pylon here, though. Prism wraps. God dang it, man. 2 awesome leveling items for other classes. All right, Mr. Captain, sir. Let's see what you got. Or Admiral. I'm always calling him a captain. He's got to be pissed at me by now. Homie is an admiral. Kill those laser beamers here. I ain't getting off your ship, dude. I'm taking it. This is my ship now. All right, here we go. We're 2 hours and 15 minutes in right now, and we just hit Act 5.
You washed up safely.
What's up, Ard? That's right, man. That's my ship now.
Please, go on.
So what we're going for here is
Stand down or die.
right up around the way here is going to be the passage to get to over to the time warp that gets to the little cave that runs to the Sanctum dungeon. And of course, even though we're in Act 5, the exit of the Sanctum dungeon pops out in Act 9, allowing you to skip Act 6, 7, and 8. But of course, you need a key for the Sanctum dungeon, and it's right behind this wall. But to get that door unlocked, we've got to continue on through Act 5. We get to town, which we also unlock more passive points and more idle slots on the way. So it's not like it's a bad thing. Here's another goodie box. Right, right. I've done it 10 times in the last week. All right, what's in the box? The Phantom Grip, minion loot, and an arboreal circuit. Boo. Shit, man, I went the wrong way. But I just hit level 32. That's actually, level 32 is where I started the Monolith when I did the Blade Dancer run. So I've killed more stuff than I did on the Blade Dancer at this point. What up, Cerberus? How you doing, man? Shit, man, I don't know if I'm gonna hit the 3-hour mark. I'm gonna try. If the time on the stream duration goes to 3 hours and 15 minutes, that will be 3 hours since I started the playthrough. And of course, getting distracted by the shinies. At least this one's running the right... Oh, no, I spoke too soon. I was gonna say, at least this one's running the right way. A belt. I'll probably start hardcore, but I don't have any aspirations of taking it seriously. Thorn Slinger. Chance to bleed, fizz skills, movement speed. I mean, we'll take it just for the movement speed. I don't really take hardcore seriously anymore because I've just lost so many hardcore runs in so many different games due to lag spikes or disconnects. The last time I rage quit, I think it was Path of Exile, was my final serious hardcore run. Ended up rage quitting after losing due to a DC. And switched to softcore. This is probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. I switched over to softcore, and it was so much more of an enjoyable experience, not sweating anything, and just playing and having fun, that I kind of never went back. I mean, I start hardcore often, but I don't, like I said, I don't really take it seriously. You'd have to, I mean, the only way to really play hardcore, I think Last Epoch is probably one of the best games to play hardcore, but you would want to go offline. You'd want to play offline. So you don't have to worry about disconnects or lag or anything like that. PoE 2 is still way too janky, and Diablo games have never had a point where they weren't janky. As far as losing due to DCs or whatever.
Hey now, I've seen how you handle yourself. All you need to do is clear a path.
I'm going to go into Time Rod after this.
Teleport in and retrieve them.
I mean, this is nice too, but I think we want to go into the Time Rod. Because we're boosting, our damage gets boosted for time rod stacks, each stack of time rod, so we want to keep those up. You enjoy hardcore because it makes you slow down and be more tactical? For sure. I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing hardcore. It's just, you know, it comes down to that playstyle choice again. A lot of people love it, you know? Nothing wrong with that. Do I have anything I can throw on this axe yet? Ignite. Health on kill. Let's go with Ignite. Just get a little more dot damage going. Quit hitting me. That'll work.
I cannot do that.
This squad, I wish I'd seen it. I can only imagine how she feels.
We need to go left here. I always get you baited into going the wrong way on this one. Gotta, if you ain't spinning, you ain't winning, Mr. Bambi. That's my general rule of life.
Stand down.
There's 4 really good options this upcoming season too. I'm super excited about it.
Hidden so close. A word of advice. Don't ask her about the diamond matrons.
I won't.
You'll regret it.
And there we are. We made it. So that's actually 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm very, very stoked about that. My best time so far has been 2 hours and 18 minutes on a Blade Dancer. It's like 2 hours and 33 minutes. Actually, we'll count the whole time. I mean, we're basically there. But we still have to run through the passage etc. I mean, as long as I can get it done in under 3, I'm pretty stoked about that time. If I can replicate that on season launch day, I'll be very, very pleased with that. All right. What do we got? Vitality. We got bleed. Ellie res. We'll just throw that in because we don't have anything else. What did we get here? Oh, look at that. Strength, armor. I mean, I would have loved to have gotten movement speed there, but, you know, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. So now we unlock the Sanctum dungeon. So we go back to the Shining Cove and back to that doorway. And then after that, we go to End of Time and start running monoliths. So we'll see how that goes. 2 abilities, and, well, we'll see what level I am when I get there. What level am I now? I'm 34 now, so I'll probably be 35, maybe 36 when we actually get there. Shoot. Can't not kill the unique guy. More boots. What kind of boots are they? That's a no. So we got to go through the door and then through the rift. And then we've got a passageway to get us over to the Sanctum dungeon. We actually got a passageway to a cave that leads to a passageway to a tunnel, and then the tunnel leads to the Sanctum dungeon. So it's not like we're there all the way there yet. But we're close. We're close. I went the wrong way, though. That's the wrong way too, but I'll at least get that. Now you don't have to continue on. You can just bail, but at this point you're so close to actually getting the dungeon waypoint. In my opinion, you might as well do it. So we'll grab the Sapphire Tablet. We'll head into the Sanctum lobby area. We got the waypoint. Now we just need to go back to the Oracle's abode to turn in. And that's going to give us, I think, a point and an idol unlock. Or one or the other. It's going to give us something.
Yes.
Yeah, pass a point and 2 idle slots. So, that's it, y'all. We done. So, that was, what, 2 hours and 38. 2 hours and 38 minutes. But now we just go right to the End of Time. And we start the monolith. Now, we're going to see how that goes, because the monolith is going to be How many levels? It's going to be 30 levels above me. We're still only going to use 2 skills. Now, by this point on season launch, I'll have Devouring Orb in. Now, the thing, once again, Devouring Orb, this node is changing. And this node is changing so that the Devouring Orbs spawn every 4 seconds as you're running. And then there's another node that will be directly below it that will give you a percentage chance each time one spawns to reduce the cooldown by 50% and the mana consumption by 50%. Now, the thing that's going to make me change in this normal tree that I go is I usually absolutely hate going out to this Dark Nexus, but shy of finding a bunch of good gear that's going to give me some mana, I don't want to focus on mana. And the easiest way to just get enough mana to keep those Devouring Orbs active is going to be to go into Dark Nexus here. And I'm thinking going to need at least 3 points. This is every 3 seconds. And the Devouring Orb goes every 4 seconds. So if you put 3 points into it, you'll be getting 21 mana every 3 seconds while channeling. You'll be spending 20 mana every 4 seconds, or 18 mana every 4 seconds by using a Devouring Orb. But that will also leave you plenty of mana to throw in all the lunges you want. You know, if you go lunge, you'll be able to lunge until your heart's content. Now, eventually, once we get to end game gear, we'll end up going into Void Cleave as well, and we'll get a scepter. But let's try out some monoliths. Before we do that, though, I'm going to go grab a drink real quick and take a leak. So give me just a couple of minutes, y'all, and I will be right back. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm back. Yeah, but your cooldown is reducing, so you'll be casting faster than that. Exactly. But that's the reason I feel like that's the way to go for season start anyway, is we're going to have more points to put in here. So in a perfect world, we find enough gear where we don't need to put points in there or in here, and we can go directly into this, and then we can maybe get down to a little of the quality of life, like going into movement speed. Or armor shred. You know, you got free armor shred with free flat damage. Why would you not take that, right? But as far as the season start, I feel like if we go into this, we're going to have all the mana we need to get the build working. And then as we get more gear, we take points off. If we get 3 points in there and it's not enough, then we got 2 more points to put in, which is another, 14 mana every 3 seconds. So we'll be able to adjust just by the number of points we have in Dark Nexus. And then, like I said, in a perfect world, we don't have any points here or any points here. And that will free up, at a minimum, 4 points. Where we could go, I mean, you could put all 4 points into this and get 40% armor shred out of the deal. You know, or go with more area or more movement speed. There's a lot of options. Now, once we get the boots we need, we won't need the movement speed node here. But certainly a little flat damage and armor shred, there's nothing wrong with that. A little bit more area of effect, there's nothing wrong with that. More flat damage, well, we'll have this maxed anyway, because this will be a priority. So, I mean, we got 12 points in, so we would have, at a minimum, 9 more points with the Sentinel Relic. So you figure 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1 more point to put wherever you want. And then as we get like the +4 on the chest, we'll get 4 more points. Plus, as we get cost reduction and some more mana regen from our gear, ideally we get rid of this altogether. But I'm not sure we're going to be able to. The problem is you don't want to go with too much cost resist or too much mana stuff on your gear on a Sentinel, because then you're just giving up damage, you know? So, I mean, it's going to be a balancing act. We just need the season to get here and see how it goes. So, yeah, anyway, at this point, we go ahead and start the monoliths. And, you know, like I said, the mobs are going to be 30 levels higher than us. So if we go into a monolith and it's absolute train wreck and we're dying every 4.5 seconds, then we just head back out and we go through the campaign and do to Act 7. We go to Act 7, we're going to have more idle slots unlocked. You know, we'll have more skill points and stuff into our gear. We're going to have more health. We're like, right now, my health is absolute trash. So you can just kind of go out and do, you know, do what you want to do. Yeah, I mean, there could be more options. I mean, we're not going to know 100% for sure until this season actually gets here. But we can kick it off by hopping right on in. Actually, it's level 58. It's not as bad as I thought. So the mobs are only going to be 23 levels higher than us, which, you know, still is substantial, but it's not the end of the world. And, I mean, we're going to be super squishy. We'll likely die. But we're killing stuff. You know? It's not the prettiest monolith experience you're going to get for starting. But we are killing stuff. All right, Mr. Bambi, take it easy. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out, as always. And then if this doesn't feel good to you, or if it doesn't feel fast enough to you, like I said, just go back to the campaign. Do to Act 7, and then do the same thing. At Act 7, you'll have all your passive points and all your idle slots unlocked. So then you can skip, then you'd be skipping Act 8 instead of skipping 6, 7, and 8, basically. But, I mean, for 400 health and with the crappy gear I got, I mean, this feels fine to me. Right now, starting off. And remember, we're also going to have 2 more skills spec'd into at season launch, where I'm trying to simulate the season launch as best as I can. That's why I haven't put anything at all in those slots. So I don't know, man. This feels pretty good to me. I mean, like I said, it's not super screaming, but we're killing stuff, and, you know, I'm sure there's going to be some dying. But we're also killing stuff so high level that we're going to be getting some mad XP flowing here. And assuming the gear is not too high level, which it's a level 51 piece there, but we should end up getting some massive gear upgrades as well. Of course, we're going to have to get the levels before we can equip it, but... But there's nothing wrong with at least coming out and checking it. Because, you know, like I said, you can just go back and do Act 6 and 7. And then skip ahead. But of course he respawns. Come on, Echoes. Well, yeah, I mean, he's 20 plus levels higher than us. But, I mean, this guy was dead already, but he had the respawn modifier on him, so I had to kill him twice. But if you're fighting enemies 20 levels higher than you know, when you're not geared. Yeah, we basically did the Act 5 skip. So Act 5 and then skip to Act 9 and then start... Well, we didn't even skip to Act 9. We just went right to Monolith, so... We're just trying out that Sanctum skip. And this, I mean, this is my first Monolith. So, I mean, this feels fine to me. And there it is. How lucky. That will never happen on season launch day. Your first Monolith gives you the key. So if I was comfortable enough, I could go run Sanctum right now and skip right till Act 9, but I'm not comfortable with that. I'm going to get my ass kicked if I try to run Sanctum right now. So I'm just going to hold on to that key. We'll get a few more levels here. That's crazy, man. Do you believe that shit, SciTech? First Monolith. I mean, we're going to get so many upgrades here so quick. At some point, I'm going to have to get into my survivability a little. This might be good for general clearing. Whoa. I mean, once we get to here, we want to blast out this way. But also, we got to get 15 points in the pally tree, too. To get Sigils of Hope. That adds a ton of survivability. Well, let's go through a few and see how it goes. And see how fast I level up with the mobs being that much higher level.
I cannot do that.
Well, I mean, that's a freebie. God, isn't that pathetic when a dagger gives you way more damage than what you're doing with a two-hander? That is so awful. That's what, 39 and that's 48 flat damage. That would be a huge damage upgrade swap into a dagger. That is so lame. I can't use it because I'm not level 52 yet. That is so terrible, though. I can't use the glove shed either. That's the downside, is you're going to see... Oh! Well, that's the real downside. You're going to start getting slapped. We'll go to this one. Try to get a reward anyway. Sunwreath. Why is all this pally stuff dropping? I could probably try to gamble for something. For a better weapon, maybe? Alright, we're gonna need echoes popping on these guys. This is gonna be another death. .400 health is pretty low. What do we got there? Well, I mean, look at the upgrade. Jesus. Plus frailty on it, and it only requires level 33? That is beyond enormous. That is a crazy upgrade. I mean, we could throw attributes or health on kill on it. I mean, health on melee hit, too. Go health on melee hit. Then do I have... Well, I haven't killed any of the mages, so I can't do anything there. Alright. Tremendous upgrade. Let's see if that gave me enough damage to be noticeable. Yeah, that is definitely a noticeable damage improvement. Now I can just get echoes to start ripping off. I need to get more points.
Stand down or die.
Wrecked. God dang it. That's the downside, really. If dying bothers you, or if you're playing hardcore, you definitely don't want to skip like this. If dying doesn't bother you, and you're not playing hardcore, then skip away. That's 2 failed nodes, though. Go back to this one. I don't like that map layout on that other one.
Stand down or die.
Now, if you don't feel good about this and you go forward and do the Wave 7 skip, it's not that much more time as far as the campaign. Like maybe 60 or 90 minutes and you're through Act 7. And if you come in then, you're going to be substantially higher level with a ton more points. And things are going to feel way better. Plus, you'll have all your passive and idle slot points unlocked. Block chance. Dead end, huh? I mean, crazy. That was half a level just, or almost half a level just in this echo so far. So, I mean, you definitely level up way, way quick. I mean, look at the XP bar. I just leveled. It's already 2 bars in.
Stand down or die.
Uh-oh.
Stand down or die.
Try to get a level up out of this, another level up. That would be 1.5 levels just in this echo. Should be plenty of trash mobs laying around. There it is. I like it. Oh, we didn't get a reward because that was a redo. But we got 2 more points. I mean, we got to get to here. That's where the real deal is for the echoes. We got anomaly now, though. We can take anomaly because that's something we will use on launch day. And let's grab anomaly. And we'll just use that on the bosses. Now, what I intend to have is Devouring Orb in the mix. And then for my last one, we've got to get 15 points in the Pally tree to get Sigils of Hope. But Anomaly is going to be spinning around us. Actually, we can probably get down to that just to look at it. Or, not Anomaly. Devouring Orb is going to be spinning around us. That's only 1 point. So the Devouring Orbs will be spinning around us and we'll be spinning. And the Devouring Orbs will be cast automatically. So we won't have to cast them. Let's see something. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I'll be fine. I need to get more points in, of course. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I think it's going to be good. All right, y'all. A little bit of a short one today. I wanted to go through one practice run. I'll be going a longer tomorrow. You guys know I'm a big fan of UFC fights. Well, there's some really, really awesome UFC fights today. And I'm going with my neighbor over to the casino to watch them. But anyway, that is going to get it for me for today. So thank you all so much for hanging out. This is a look at my starter. I will get a video uploaded before launch day to kind of get a feel, show a feel for what we're going to have going on. Let's see who is streaming, if there's any familiar faces. Queen Luigi. Looks like who do we have? Nobody I really recognize their names other than Rax and Woody, but I don't want to send you guys over to them. Here's somebody else practicing. Somebody named Wold, W-U-L-D. Now, I don't know him, but they're doing the same thing that we were doing. So it might be fun to watch. But anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out. I'll be going all day tomorrow. We might do another full test run to try to speed things up. Or try leveling with a different ability, even though I just really like Warpath. But anyway, thanks an absolute ton for hanging out. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all soon. Take it easy, y'all.